And Amy, we're coming to you live from Zanger's Industrial Supply in Melrose Park, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour. And it is a day without a woman. This is, the left wing's latest gambit. But not here
No,
because
because
we
Dan
have a
showed up.
woman, and his name is Dan.
And Dan showed up for work today. And Dan, let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
You're wearing red.
I crossed the picket line.
Yeah, you did. So today, let me tell you what you're supposed to be protesting. This is about economic injustices faced by all women.
Yeah.
So again, you're supposed to wear red, and we're asking particularly mothers, minorities, disabled, indigenous, lesbian, and transgender women who face hiring discrimination and other challenges to solidify. All right, here's what we want you to do. We don't want you to shop at any big box stores.
Yeah.
No shopping today, ladies.
right.
No
I
online
won't.
shopping. Here's what you can do, though. You can go to a small business owned by a woman or a minority. Okay? Do you have the rules now? The parameters have been laid out for one Dan Proft.
All right, so here's what it is. It's just another day to hate white men. That's the upshot. Okay, I mean, if we could just reverse engineer this, that's what this is.
And you're supposed to stay home from work. And a lot of businesses
Hate
and a
on
lot
White
of
Men Day.
restaurants in Chicago are saying, yes, it's okay. You know, they sent out emails like Girl and the Goat and GT Prime.
You know what they should do? They
sent
should,
out an email just saying that expect things are going to run a little slower because some women are not showing up for work today.
They should just. I want restaurants and businesses to put up a no white men signs in their windows. I think that's what they should do.
It's not about you. It's about us.
No, it's about us.
And the challenges we face.
Speaking of economic injustice, we've done a series of reports on property taxes in the greater Chicagoland region, and we've got another one coming this week. It'll be on the West Cook County suburban region. And the story is the same in Illinois, where you pay the highest property taxes in the nation. Your property value goes up, your property taxes go up. Your property value goes down, your property taxes go up. Your property taxes are always going up. They are insulated from recession rather than being indexed to, and largely driven by local school spending, of course. But who gets hurt the most? The poor. That's what predatory government policy does, prevent the poor from obtaining more. So South Suburban Cook County, for example, and keep this in mind, the national average property tax rate as a percentage of home value is 0.9%. Riverdale, 7% of home value. Fort Heights, one of the poorest communities in the country, including the state, almost 11% is the effective property tax rate as a percentage of home value in Fort Heights. So you buy a home for $10,000 and you got an $1,100 property tax bill. Tell me that's not predatory government. And tell me that those in charge of this state are so concerned about the minorities that you were just talking about on this day, and those that have the least and the least opportunities. Instead, they're being punished the most. And South Suburban Cook County, majority minority communities, most of them, the home value decline over the last decade, 2007 to 2015, 62% in Riverdale, almost 60%, 59% in Harvey, 59% in Phoenix, 58% in Crestwood, 58% in Markham, 58% in Robbins, 57 in Cal City, Dixmoor 57, Sauk Village 55, Posen 51, on down the line, all the way down through Chicago Heights, all the way down through dozens of communities to Palos Park, which is still down 32% over that 8-year span. And if you project out to 2023, the numbers get even more depressing. So is anybody going to rethink how we do property taxation in this region, in this state? I've proposed one idea to do what Indiana does, which is to impose a hard cap on a market valuation of someone's property at 1%, and it cannot increase the percent property tax as a percentage of home value cannot increase until there's a capital event, a sale or an improvement. That's one proposal.
Do they do that in California as well?
California also has
something similar.
Yes,
right.
essentially, yeah. This is
but we have nothing in place here.
Referendum decades ago. Thankfully, somebody is actually listening and has picked up this idea, at least the notion that the confiscatory property taxes should be dealt with. He is Illinois State Republican Party Chairman and Cook County Commissioner Tim Schneider, and he's got a resolution he's presenting before the Cook County Board today, if they can get a quorum, because it's a day without a woman. So I don't know if Tony Preckwinkle and the girls are going to be there, but
the ladies.
Tim Schneider, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, Dan. Good morning, Amy. How are you?
Good morning. So explain the resolution you're going to put forward today at the Cook County Board meeting.
Well, simply, it's asking the General Assembly and the governor to impose a property tax freeze for all the residents of Illinois. I think, we've got to give taxpayers a break. They're being crushed by taxes right now, as you were just talking about. Some of these people are paying, 10 up to 30% of the value of their homes in taxes. They're being crushed by property taxes. Their home values are going down, and their property taxes are going up. This is the time of year. Every year I get the calls when their tax bills go out in February, between that time and they have to pay for them in March in Cook County. And I'm inundated with calls. What the heck is going on with my property taxes? Mm-hmm. On top of property taxes, we've got the sales tax. Went down under, after President Preckwinkle came in, but then she reimposed the sales tax. And now we've got the sweetened beverage tax that's going to just kill business, especially in the periphery of Cook County. When are we going to stop taxing people and looking at revenue as the only solution to our problems in Cook County and in Illinois, and start looking to squeeze the beast and understand that this is a spending problem, not a revenue problem?
One thing that's interesting about your resolution is that you represent northwest suburban Cook County suburbs, and this resolution focuses on south suburban Cook County communities, some of whom I just mentioned at the outset of our discussion. Why the focus there rather than on your home communities? I mean, it's not to the exclusion of, but you make particular point about these south suburban communities.
Well, I believe that the people up in the northwest suburbs pay between 2 to 3% of their home values in property taxes. But down in the Southland, in the west suburbs and the south suburbs, where there isn't any commercial or industrial, they're paying huge percentages of their values of their homes in taxes. And I guess what I'm trying to do is to encourage my Democratic colleagues from the south suburbs and the near west suburbs to support me, because it's their people that are indiscriminately, being imposed on greater than everybody else throughout Cook County. They're the ones that are, feeling the hurt more than we are. And say we're not feeling the heat is really, we're all feeling the heat. But these people in the Southland, as you said, anywhere between 10% and 35% of their home values in property taxes, what's that going to do to the value of their home? They're never going to be able to sell their home, so the value is going to go down. The percentage is going to keep going up. And when is all this going to end? You know that 11,000 more people left Cook County than any other county in the United States last year. That tells us that we're doing something wrong, and we need to turn this ship around.
But how did we get to this point? I mean, you talk to any relative who lives out of state. My mom, her property tax bill, $700 for the whole year. How does that happen?
Well, I think we've come to use property taxes as the way to fund most of our local governments and our schools, and I think we really need to rethink all that and look to another formula. But the only way we get there is to starve the beast to begin with and say, listen, we're going to have a property tax freeze. We've got to look for other avenues to look to fund our school systems and that. But first and foremost, we have to stop spending so much. All of our local governments are spending too much money. Let's look at how they spend their money. Why aren't people going to school board meetings? Why aren't people going to library board meetings? Why aren't they asking the questions? They show up every year at the county board budget, but the county tax levy hasn't gone up in 22 years, yet they blame Cook County. Our tax levy has been $720 million for 22 years, but people get their Cook County tax bill, and they think it's all the county that's raising their taxes, when, in essence, it's really your local governments that are imposing most of these taxes, especially, most of this money, between 60 and 66% of your tax bill goes to your local school district.
He is Tim Schneider. He's the Illinois State Republican Party chairman. He's also a Cook County commissioner for the 15th District, Northwest Suburbs. And Tim, thanks for picking up this issue. Good luck with the resolution. I'll be fascinated to see how some of your fellow commissioners respond to it.
Well, they're looking to send it to committee, unfortunately, today because they want to dismiss the whole proposition and don't want to have to deal with it.
Right. No, that seems
Yes,
to be
what they
working
do.
so far. It's been working for 100 years. Why stop now?
Yeah, kick the can down the road.
Exactly.
Thank
you, guys.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much, Tim. Appreciate it.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.